Hello, everyone from around the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is ASE the Pair talking, and as always, I'm joined by Old Dirty H.
Hello.
All right, so apologies, folks, that we haven't had a chance to stream. We've been kind of on and off these last couple of days, but we are back now. Today we will be streaming. We'll be streaming LAT Team One versus 4bidden4, which is the AZ team. Clever name there because they have four players. Let's take a look. So they're currently both 0-1 on the record. So they both want to get in their first game win, really their first match win, really important for them. But if they do lose this match, if either of them loses this match, they won't be knocked out, of course. If you have 3 losses or 3 wins, those are the important numbers. Basically, if you have 3 wins, you automatically get into top 8, and if you have 3 losses, you're automatically out of contention for top 8. Let's take a look at the players on each team. On 4bidden4 side, we've got AZ Language of Trees, AZ Moham, AZ Amun, and AZ Chipa. And on LAT Team 1, we've got LAT Inca, LAT Doko, LAT Kaio Pompilio, and LAT Maya. Who do you think has the edge in terms of raw player skill?
Well, it depends which three they bring to the table. Um, AZ is a pretty seasoned clan. Those guys are all pretty solid. Moham's probably their best. Moham, maybe Trees, Amun. Chipa's a little bit lower. And for the Lat side, I'd say probably Doko's their best, with Kaio, Papilio, and Inca being kind of second best there, and Maya being lowest. So if you're seeing Inca, Doko, and Pompilio against Moham, Amun, and Trees, I'd probably give the edge to AZ.
Yeah.
But we'll just see which three they bring to the table.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely interested in this match. I think we've seen both of these teams play, but I think a bunch of them have like kind of like they're either 2v2s or like we didn't truly see the skill of these players. So really excited to see what happens. For AZ, they have banned for their opponents Japanese, British, and Aztecs. So LAT cannot pick Japanese, British, or Aztecs, and LAT have banned Lakota, Americans, and Aztecs. So AZ 4bidden4 cannot pick Lakota, Americans, nor Aztecs. What do you think about these bans? Fairly standard, yeah.
Yeah, especially we've seen this Japs versus Aztecs. That's pretty much been, or Greeks. I've seen Greeks swapped out. That's pretty much the standard ban. So, yeah, I guess maybe AZ knows these Lat guys are a little more experienced. Lakota definitely favors more experienced teams, so that's
Yeah.
probably why they got rid of that. And of course, Americans could be very strong too, with experienced players getting that early wonder, getting all that free knowledge from those free scholars. It's can be a powerful nation. And then of course we see the Aztecs ban. So. Yeah, pretty standard, but I'm curious to see if 4bidden4 will use Lakota.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely. Or you mean LAT, right? Because Forbidden
I'm
Four,
sorry,
yeah, Forbidden Four
if
can't
Lat
use
uses
Lakota.
Lakota. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. If we'll see if Lat uses Lakota and vice versa if 4bidden4 uses Japs or German.
yeah,
So we'll see.
definitely. Um, Before we start today's stream, before we start today's game, we got to talk about the donations quickly. If you like the Nordic Classic and you like the content that we're putting out, and you want to help support the tournament by adding to the prize pool, then you can go to the front page of the tournament website for Nordic Classic and donate to the prize pool right here on this link. This link is also in the YouTube description. The Nordic Classic has and always will be free for participants and viewers. But adding to the prize pool makes things a little bit more exciting for everybody involved. So we really appreciate that. Shout out to El Cipher, Wizard of War, Kron, PLA, Jatin, Vibrak, this anonymous is Connor, as well as Bob. Really thank you to all of you who have donated. Really appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
And I think Connor told me to say this is week 5. Today marks the start of week 5. The deadline for your all your group stage matches, unless you have an extension for some reason, they have to be in by next Monday. Okay, so that's July 20th. They have to be in by then. Please, please, please try and finish up all of your matches. I know there's been a lot of people getting extensions and that sort of thing, but please, 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 please try to finish your matches as much as possible before the 20th, send them in by the 20th. So we can try and get the top 8 announcement as soon as we can. At this point in the tournament, there are some matches where they don't really matter for top 8 contention. my plan, at least, my plan is to eventually cast most of these matches, but we'll be casting the ones that matter for top 8 contention first, in order so that we can get out the top 8 announcement as soon as possible, and then therefore people can start scheduling their matches for top 8. All right.
We'll definitely get all the matches streamed at some point, guys. But just for the interest of the most interesting games, the ones that matter the most, we need to get those out first.
Yeah.
And then when we find time, we'll definitely get all casted. So.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So that's enough for us blabbing about tournaments and deadlines and stuff. Let's jump into the game. All right. This is AZ versus LAT 1. This is game number 1. Alright, and it does look like we have a 3v3, thankfully, and I'm really interested to see what comes out of these players. I'm at 0 seconds when you are, Oldie.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, so this is game number 1. We are on Great Lakes, not Himalayas as I originally suspected, and let's take a look at the players and their nations. So on the AZ side, that's 4bidden4. They've got Language of Trees, Amun, and Moham. Against, on the Team 1 side, they've got Inca, Doko, and Cayo Pompilio. So for nations, Trees has Romans, Amun has Spanish, Moham has Iroquois, and they're against Inca, who has Turks, Doko has Maya, and Cayo, who has Romans. Who do you think has the edge in lakes?
So I saw both teams brought their 3 best players, so I think that's going to be pretty even as far as skill level goes. But as far as nations for lakes, I like the Iroquois Spanish Japs. For me, you know, Spanish having that ability to see the whole map, see all the rares, get out, can raid rares, you don't have to scout as much. You know, he knows where they all at. Yep. Plus, all the ruin bonuses there for the Spanish is great. Iroquois is just pretty much great on every map. They're just an awesome nation all around. They can boom, they can rush, whatever you need to do. And of course, Japs the same, just very an efficient nation. They're just going to be much faster, I think. Romans are a great nation, but a little bit slower here, and they lose some of their power because the fishing. So we'll see. Maybe the Turks can get up front. We've seen some exciting lakes battles here.
Yeah, so, definitely.
This could be another classic.
I would agree with you. I think AZ have the edge in nations. I think, you know, I think for me it's the Iroquois is the is what tips the edge over to AZ for me, because, you know, if LAT are rushing, Iroquois are really good at defending a rush, you know, because they're fast, they have invisible units, you know, they're not going to get run over, and that makes them really helpful. They, you know, the early raids can slow down a possible Turks rush or coupled with Maya and stuff, and I do agree, you know, Romans are excellent, but they're not the greatest on these types of maps, where there are a lot of fish available, as well as, you know, plenty of mountains for the most part. So we'll have to see. I think it's going to be a lot on Inca to make something happen. Either getting a really nice boom going or pressuring their opponents so their opponents can't boom. And, you know, if the game goes really long, Amun with the Spanish tercios, I know you love those, Oldie. Those can be really, really devastating to any sort of gunpowder cavalry-based army.
Yeah. Absolutely. We'll see. We'll just see how they play here. So.
Yeah. Let's take a look at where the players have spawned. So we've got the white Turk player, Inca, here on this side, and then there's the red Romans player, Cayo Pompilio, on the top, and then Doko on the wings with Maya. And then on the bottom side, we've got Trees with Japanese on the wing. On the left side, the purple Spanish player, Amun, in the pocket, and then we've got Moham, the Iroquois player, on the wing as well. So it looks like everybody's pretty split far apart. This actually looks like a standard map spawn, to be honest.
Yeah, it almost is.
Yeah, I mean, who do you think this placing favors? I think.
Well, it doesn't favor LAT, I'll tell you that, because Turks being in the pocket, you know, they're far away. There's no real close.
Oh no, Turks is on the wing. It's Inca's on the wing, and then Doko's on the wing, and Cayo's on the pocket.
Oh, I see. You're right. You're right. But he's kind of far on the wing.
Yeah, it's not like super helpful. I think it's actually quite good because you know, I think for AZ at least, the Japanese player and the Iroquois player, their 2 faster players, are on the wings. And then the pocket player is the slowest player, the Maya player. So, you know, Maya won't get hurt too badly by a mill one from like a Turks player or something like that. we'll have to see what these players do. I'm interested to see where Kaio and Amun go. If Kaio's just going to let the Japanese and Turks player battle it out on the left side and go support the right, or if Amun's going to go try and double the Turks player early, or see if Moham can get an early aggression up against the Maya player. Let's take a look at the ruins bonuses, because this is about when people start putting up their libraries. We do see trees with the least ruins, only 25, and Amun has this 85. I know is a weird number. How that comes up is you get a ruin before you build your first city, because your nation powers don't activate until you build your first city. So it's 25, and then you get a bunch of 30s because you're Spanish. So trees with the least, and everybody else has 3 or 4, or 4 or 5. So pretty standard. Aside from trees, I'm not really sure what's happening, but he is Japanese. He's not hurt too badly, but it's not ideal, But it looks like he still is pretty fast.
Yeah, and it looks like.
It looks like he's just not scouting.
Yeah.
Not ideal. You really want to scout. This is not like. Scouting is a really, really important part of the game. You do have a Spanish player, but it still is really important to get a scout out there. Figure out who you're off against. Like, figure out where your opponents are. Like, what if your opponent was just like right next to you and you didn't realize,
Yeah, it's good to at least get 2 scouts out but having the Spanish does help. So maybe that's what he's thinking. I'll just let the Spanish player go.
Yeah. Amun is doing a decent job unboxing most of the rares. I think he missed tobacco there, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, missed tobacco. But otherwise, doing a decent job, just pointing out all the rares in the territory. On this side, it looks like the LAT team has done all right job scouting so far, and we see a lot of commerce coming up. Let's take a look. It looks like everybody's gone commerce except for Amun, who's finishing up commerce, and the Romans player who is banking resources for some reason. Kaio's banking a lot of resources. I have no idea why. Yeah, it goes for commerce. This is a really late commerce. You don't want to bank resources when you just research commerce as soon as you can. Let's take a look at the rares, shall we?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so for the LAT team, starting on the left side, there's Obsidian, which is a knowledge rare for the Turks player right there, as well as Cotton. There's Pappy in between Kaio and Inca, which is an awesome rare on this map. There's Horses, which is pretty solid in the Roman player's territory. Let's see. There's Furs that's kind of exposed. It's going to be hard to get a city near there. And then on the right side, there's Citrus in Doko's territory, as well as Dai in the top right over there for Doko. And actually, it's pretty barren in the middle. There's diamonds here, which is that somebody can probably use. There's marble, and there's tobacco here. On the other side, there's on the right side, there's silk between Moham and Doko. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's closer to Moham, so I'll probably be able to use it. And this is a pretty long, obnoxious river, so probably be able to use that. Moham also has salt in his territory, and for the Spanish player Amun, they've got wine and relics. Relics is awesome on this map, and they've got silver in Trees' territory as well as gems, which Trees is using. And Trees is banking a lot of resources. Looks like he's going to go for Com too. Anyways,
interesting play here from Doko's going mill 1. What do you think about this play?
Doko going mill 1. I guess he thinks he can raid the water, is my guess. That would probably be the best use, because Doko should have scouted. Like, there's a giant river here. Your units are going to get to your opponent's base way too late if you're going to go raid the land. So I would like to see a dock and just starting to, like, I think that's why he's using it. But also, here we see Moham's not even using the water here at all. Like, not using this lake, is using the back lake instead, which is a good choice.
There's no reason to use that lake right now. Again, you have the Spanish player. He can see where all the positioning is. He's going to tell you to use the big lake in the back. And even that little 3 lake that Trees used first, that's fine. Just raise your dock, go build another dock. So
not a big deal. Trees is going for Com 2 first. I think that's a solid choice, especially for the Japanese player early. Off against a Turks player, so you don't really want to build a wonder immediately.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to get a sieve up there. Amro's going to drop a city to kind of buffer that Turk. Now you've seen a Turkish barracks. It's going to be a little late, and 2 archers coming out, so I guess they're just going to try and bother some wood, maybe, or just.
Yeah, but I mean, look at this build order. Mill 2 already. That looks like a lot of aggression. Doesn't even have 100% maxed food income, which is, you know, not ideal. Probably picked a bit of a small lake there.
Yeah.
But, you know, here, let's go back to the rares question. Who do you think has the better rares? We saw, you know, I think both sides have excellent rares. The LAT side they have access to furs as well as Pappy, and then some other random rares that are decent. And then for the AZ side, they've got relics and silver and a couple other decent rares. I don't know. What do you think?
I see for the early game, and it looks like Inca's going for an early game attack. You got that cotton and horses. That's pretty awesome to help speed up the production.
Yeah.
So that's going to help him for that. But if this thing goes, if they survive the rush, which I'm presuming that's what's going to happen here in the rush coming, I think you'll see AZ take off with that silver and relic slips to be able to take.
Yeah, I think so too. It is unfortunate for Inca that they didn't scout furs fast enough. It went mill 2 already. You know, if you scouted first, it's a huge discount.
Yeah, but as Turks, it's not the end of the world. I mean, it would make you a little bit faster, but right now he's still got plenty of resources. Let's just see if he's going to maybe, you think it'll Com 2, for Com 2 mill 2, and then go for the all-in?
Maybe. Yeah, I think if he was going to go for Com 2, he should have done it. He should have done it first, I think, before going for mill 2. There's really no point to go for mill 2 this early.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. But it seems like he's banking some, unless he's just going to age and just go for the super fast rush.
Yeah.
You know, militia rush or something. But I don't know if that would work against Japs very well.
Yeah, we do see here they're gonna actually Inca's gonna be able to deny them using silver. It looks like AZ is doing a good job moving the units out of the way, so these merchants won't get sniped. Maybe this one will go down. I'm not entirely sure. But the Japs player is going for mill 2 in ancient. This looks like they're gonna rush this side. They're gonna double the Turks player, and that's not gonna be good. We do see here Kaio is going for went for the city over here on the right side, and Inca's gonna age. I don't know what he's gonna do with his early age, to be honest. Not entirely sure.
Yeah, maybe he'll drop the gardens in the back and then just kind of do a feint rush, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like it because he's alone on this side. You know,
yeah,
like
it's true.
it's clear that Amund's on this side. So on this side, we see some early skirmishes coming out between. We see a double raid on Moham's territory, gonna clean up these salt merchants. Nice little move there. Actually, this one's close enough, saves Amund's merchant. That's a good market placement from AZ. But Doko snipes that unit. Let's take a look at their builds. Looks like neither of them actually went for Com 2 despite having Silk. Would like to see them use it. But this raid is good, you know, they're just causing a lot of havoc to the Iroquois player. And that food income's definitely hurting a lot.
Yeah, this is gonna definitely be an efficient raid here.
Yeah, we see Despotism coming out for Inca, gonna go for a siege factory. I don't like this. I think you just want to play defensive. Maybe the siege factory will be worth it if you can. There's some production buildings at the front here, and if you deny those, you know, you can slow down your Com 2 Japanese player pretty well there. Although I will say, Trees is.
They're going for the all-in, but it's going to be tough against 2.
Yeah. Also, it's not like he's particularly fast.
No, he's actually not at all. Japs are there just as fast, if not faster.
Yep, and Kaio scouts not Kaio, just kidding. They haven't scouted the siege factories yet. We'll see if Trees starts pumping out units yet, but they do see Despotism. Let's see how they react. And the sieges come up and they start sieging these production buildings. They're pinging it out. We do see Amund sending some slingers over to the other side. Amund has aged. These hoplites actually going to be able to probably take on some of these horses. Let's see if the micro's there.
Should be.
It's all right. But it is going to be really tough for Inca to sustain this push. I don't really know if I like it. I think Inca needs to start pumping out some more units. And also get that wealth income a little bit higher. It's a little low, and I'm not really sure why. Has some more sieges over here. And this despot's way out of place. You really want it at the front.
Yep. You get all the benefits of him.
Yeah, and there's a lot of units here already. Actually, Trees has pulled a lot of militia. I don't know if this is the best play. I mean, I think it's going to work out here, but yeah, there's a lot. Look at Tree's economy. I guess one upside for Inca here is, you know, if he can distract Trees for long enough, maybe they can double and win the other side. Let's take a look here. Roman's player has aged. Senate at the front. On this side, the Maya player also ages. No wonder. And this is a big fight, big skirmish. It looks like Inca's gonna get all of the army cleaned up. Gonna kill some of these militia, which is good, but it's not, you know, it's not good enough. If he went for Senator, I think this is good for him, but I think it's just a little bit too far behind now.
Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be tough.
These sieges are dying. The decoys were not terrible in the Despot, but... Yeah, like these upgrades are way too late, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why he's taking a 2v1 on this side. I'm not sure what Pompilio and Doko's plan is. Looks like they are starting to get Unital, but they're going to be way too slow on that other side.
Yeah. I will say though, you know, I guess Inca's plan was to stop them from executing their plan, but like it's just not a super well planned attack. You know, when you plan an attack like this, you need more production buildings, 2 barracks or 2 stables. You know, because right now look at this barracks queue.
Trees is Despot also, so we could see a full counter here and just go in and try and kill.
Yeah, and I think Trees can kill by himself at this point pretty easily. The economy is a bit low. It needs to infinite queue some villagers, but you know, it does have Comm 2. The opponent is just a regular Turkish Despot. They've lost a lot of their units. Trees already has some units, can start being aggressive. So let's see how the micro is here. Neither player doing a super great job microing. Loses a light horse for no reason, and loses the catapult for no reason.
Yeah.
And now gonna lose these archers for no reason.
Kind of not paying attention.
Yeah, I guess so. Might even lose the Despot. We do see here Amun's just staying on the side, and I think there's a bit of miscommunication from the LAT team. It looks like Kaio and Doko are just booming a little bit. They're just a little too slow. They really need to be aggressive on this side to take advantage of the fact that Moham's, you know, is alone on that side.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna try and come in, but Moham's got attrition now, so this is...
Yeah, it's not ideal here. Yeah, I mean, I think this strategy of using the Turks player to pin them down on that side would have worked if Inca had gone for Senator, but with Despot, his economy is really, really low, and he can't do much. He's actually gonna die probably very soon. Only has 1 city right now, only now getting science, and the wealth income is just very, very low. On this side, we do see. Let's take a look at the army compositions. I think these army compositions are not going to work out against the 5 archers that Moham has. Archers, tower, senator.
Attrition.
They have temple, lookout.
Yeah,
already has militia. Really excellent defense from Moham here. Just making sure, you know, you don't die randomly to any stupid rush here. And the attrition's really taking a number on Doko's units. You know, look at how damaged these units are. Moham's doing a decent job playing defensive, trading well. These microing. This archer's not in the great spot, but gonna go for a bribe. Probably not gonna get in there. And there's a bunch of archers that are in here. Nice work. And infinite queuing units, always good when you're playing defensive like this. Putting up another tower. This senator might get sniped actually. Yeah. Moham wisely moves back. Let's see on this side. We do see a forward city from Trees, and Inca's about to get pummeled. Inca's dropped in score. Was the highest score, and now, you know, lower. That's what happens when you fail Despot Rush like that, and you're not very fast at all.
Yeah, especially on lakes when your opponent can just, you know, eat up gold and food. It's just a bad situation to be in.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what the the strategy was at all. Looks like Moham's going to be able to defend, even if he loses the city.
Yeah, I mean, Moham has so many units. Like, there's so many militia here. All of these units from Kaio and Doka are damaged. The tower's still here. There's a second tower going up. A lookout. If Moham just force marches forward, I think it can wipe out both of their armies easily. And this is a bit of just poor planning. You know, I think they could have had a lot more units here. They could have gone Despot early or Com2 Despot, but it just didn't, like, they just didn't plan ahead, and ultimately that's going to cost them this game, it looks like, because Inca's dead on this side. Like, extremely dead.
Looks like Moham's going to hold. You can see, even though he's defending against 2, he's got the highest score. So that's not a position you want to be in.
Yeah, and he has the highest score because he's killed the most units. He's just slaughtering both of their armies because they're just way too far away to reinforce. On this side, Inca's gonna die easily. Inca does have attrition, good work, but you know, Kaio's floating hundreds of resources, like of everything, and that speaks to how they didn't really plan this attack very well.
And you do see Pompilio now. He built a barracks on the other side, but that's going to be probably a little too.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're dead here. The attrition is good, and I don't know why Trees is bringing militia, and also that economy is actually really low. Feels like very not optimal, but I think they're still going to be able to get the city here and kill Inca very soon, because they just have so much army.
Yeah, just go in there, just get the sack, try and hold it. You know, Trees has got a ton of food. I don't know why he's not.
Yeah, the economy is just not there right now. I don't really like just throwing these militia away. Not optimal.
I mean, it's fine to pull the militia, but you have all the food to just keep replenishing it while you're pulling. So I'm not sure why.
Exactly. On this side, we do see here Moham was hurt by the early rushes. The economy is not as good, but you know, still able to easily has the highest score because killed a whole bunch of units. Let's take a look at the unit kills right now. Yeah, 28 kills. Inca already also has 28 kills, and unfortunately I moved this thing here again and I can't get rid of it. I'm sorry, folks.
Minimize it.
Or whatever. Okay. It looks like they're pinging Kaio's old capital of Rome. This is the economic center. There's horses here. And Kaio's still floating hundreds of resources, going for Colossus now. I mean, it's not an ideal move. We do see here the Spanish player actually is pretty low on economy. We should get another dock and fish some more. But does have a decent-sized army that's pretty upgraded. Mostly classical age units, 70 slingers here. On this side, Moham's just booming away. Gonna get the eco back and higher. And there's some units here now from Doko. And again, you know, this is just, again, I think it's just them not planning that early rush very well. The hoplites and the bowmen all not upgraded, and that probably was a big factor. Moham had upgraded archers in the defense, and that really helped out a lot. And in fact, Moham now has a pretty big army. Look at this, and is pop capped. So that's definitely not good news for the LAT team. They're trying to double on that side. And Inca's currently just sitting for a little bit. Has a slightly better economy now, but still the wealth income was just really low early on, and just needs more scholars to catch up. I'd like if Inca gets hang gardens at this point, because I think that would be pretty helpful.
Yeah, that would definitely be helpful. You're seeing a little counter push back from Inca and Pompilio. They're going to take out one of these barracks. So it's a little something.
Yeah.
Something going on in the middle here. What is this? Doko and Pompilio are up to something.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for Amun's capital, probably. But on this side, we do see here Moham also pushing forward. Moham definitely good move, going to push forward, force your opponent to go back, or at least deal them a lot of economic damage. And Kaio's capital is completely undefended, has a temple, but only now is the tower going to go up. Kaio just has thousands of resources, hundreds of resources floating, but not doing any of them, and this army's tiny. I don't know what you're doing with all that food and metal.
Yeah, you could easily build a fort, you could build another barracks, get those free legions out. You could spam legions at this point with all that food and metal.
Yeah.
To go get to the Iroquois heavy infantry.
Trees,
But,
ages.
I mean, they're going a long way. Doko is aging, but I mean, this is a long way to go. He does got a ton of. He's got 5 high.
Yeah, they're not upgraded. Has a single catapult. There are 2 catapults for Kaio. I guess they're gonna try and take advantage of the fact that Amun's probably a little slow, but Amun's gonna age soon anyways, so I don't know.
Yeah, so they better move quick if they're gonna do this.
Yeah, I guess technically Madrid's completely unprotected right now. There's not even a temple. Just a bunch of citizens, and they could force a rotation, which would be good.
Yeah.
And Moham, Moham's just pressured well with those units early. I don't know why he's going back now. Maybe realizes that.
Yeah, but that's a big mistake for Moham here. Just go in and kill. 90's completely helpless. Get him before the fort goes up. That one tower's not enough to do anything. He's only got like 5 militia in the area.
Yeah.
Go take that capital.
I think Moham doesn't, because what the problem is, if Moham gets stuck like right here in the river, then you're screwed, right? Like you can't back off fast enough because there's a giant river that blocks your escape path, and your opponent's just going to run you down with horses. So I guess Moham is trying to play it safe by just holding the army back, but it's going to cost him a lot because I don't think he realizes that his opponents are gone. There's no army there. On the other side, we do see here, I think Inca and Kaio are just kind of sitting here with the army. Looks like Inca is going to upgrade, and they're going to get scouted. They get a glimpse of attrition over there from the caravan. Let's see if the AZ team can ping it out. It looks like they are going to Kyoto. Looks like there's a single unit that was seen again. I don't know if Trees has pinged it out. I can't tell if they're on voice chat or not, but it looks like there's no movement as of yet. I don't think they've realized that there's a sizable army. Kyoto's completely unprotected, and it's going to be basically a triple on this side.
Yeah. Yeah, Moham's gonna have to move. He's gonna have to put pressure again on.
Yeah, and now the army comes up. It looks like Inca's gonna go for a charge. Didn't really need to at this moment because now the army from Doko and Kaio are here to start sieging, dealing damage, economic damage.
Yeah, but this attrition and Trees got a bunch of able militia. I don't know why he's not using them.
Well, they do die against pikemen really quickly. Looks like they're gonna both rotate backwards, and now I think Inca can go in and easily take the city. Terrible micro here, just losing units to these cavalry that he has 10 heavy infantry. Terrible micro from Inca.
Yeah, not ideal.
The capital looks like it is going to go down.
This could be an insta-kill.
Yeah, it could be.
Oh
my gosh, an insta-kill, wow.
Wow.
What a beating! That was insane.
Great play by LAT.
Yeah, really.
I did not see that coming. What a hell of a play there, guys.
Yeah, they just pulled them apart completely, and now they're completely through this game around. Moham is doing his best on this side, but I think they're way behind now because they lost a player.
Moham waited too long, unfortunately. That's just a hell of a play there, guys.
Yeah, really nice work. Despite some, a lot of execution issues, I think it ended up working out well for them. At this point, I would like to see Inca just back off and play defensive. He's up against Amun by himself, and they can just double the other side easily. Moham can't hold off forever.
Inca just needs to focus on economy right now, boom a little bit, get it to H3, and then they can go, push. But
just needs to not literally die to Amun, and then this game will be over easily.
Just defend, boom, you'll be fine. Did anyone get Colossus? I didn't see.
Kaio got Colossus earlier.
Oh, that's right. I remember. So that's going to benefit him. And the fact that Moham and Amun can't get Colossus now, that's the problem because it's going to be hard to 2 versus 3 against the Colossus player. It depends, though. I mean, Moham still has a chance here because...
Yeah, he does. I just think he needs to build more units. Has a 80 population, can start spamming more units. I would like to see, 3 or 4 trebuchets at this point because you're on a time limit, right? You're down a person, even though the other player is a despot player. Inca has gotten commerce too at this point, has 14 scholars, really nice recovery, and is now clicked up on the age button. And it's going to be really hard for him to make anything happen. Now it looks like Doko's going to rotate again, and Moham needs to make something happen on this side. He needs to at least kill Kaio.
Yeah, I'd say at least 3 trebuchets. Get a bunch of. He's got a ton of resources here. Look at that.
Yeah, just not spending
food.
them. Still 80
Yeah,
population. Let's see how many
yeah.
production buildings. 2 stables, 1 barracks. Needs another
Com 2
barracks,
right
maybe
here. You
3
can
barracks.
get the com 2 right here. You know, spend some of those resources. Just make a huge army and just go in because there's only a tower and a fort there. I mean, like those Roman forts are amazing. Don't get me wrong; they have a lot of ability, but they're not going to do anything against 2 or 3 trebuchets and a bunch of heavy infantry. And there's basically no militia there. If you look, there's only those 5 miners.
Yeah. Only 5 miners, and Mohem calls GG, and I'm going to call GG as well. I think they could fight it out, but it looks like they believe they are far enough behind that the game is over. GG, well played in some respects from the LAT team. Really feels like they stole that game completely.
They really stole it, 100% stole it, and it was an all-in. It paid off because if they don't pull that off, they're dead for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But great job for taking that risk and making it pay. Yeah, and Mohem, man, you had it. You had some opportunities there. Just next time.
Yeah, it felt like they could play this out, and they might have a chance. You know, it's not non-zero, right? It's probably like a 10%, 15% chance to win, but I think they could have played this out.
Yeah, I think so. At least take that 90s cap.
Yeah.
Do that and then see what happens from there.
Yeah.
So, but anyways.
Yeah, we do see here the most kills is still Mohem, but that and Doko actually has very few kills, but just insta-killing trees was insane. That
huge move, yeah.
You know, I guess that is something for to be said. You know, when you're behind in games like this and you have no other way to win, a crazy rotation like that may be your only way to win. So play to your outs.
Yep.
All right, that is going to be 1-0 in favor of LAT here. All right, and I'll respond to some people in the chat. Hey Jake, that's Phantom oldie you said, right? Phantom?
I believe so.
Yeah, hey, how's it going? And I see Sri Ram. I'm not sure who that is.
Maybe Ram, Guardian, maybe?
Maybe. I see Mohem, how's it going? I see Namillo. I'm not sure who Tian is, but hello, regardless. And then, of course, I see Connor. How's it going? And I see Bob as well. How's it going? Why am I doing this? I didn't mean to open up. I just automatically open up game browser because that's muscle memory at this point, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we jump into game number 2?
Yep.
All right. This is AZ versus LAT1. AZ again is 4bidden4. Versus LAT1. Let's look at game number 2 here. Alright, I'm at 0 seconds. Ready when you are.
Ready.
3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so it looks like this is old world because it looks like the terrain looks like Himalayas, but like last time, you know, it's not because you can tell because there's no trees around the edges. It's just a regular map.
Yeah, it's just old world.
Yeah. Pretty standard. Let's take a look at the players and their nations, and also I'm going to go ahead and close this here because I don't want to see that by accident. Okay, so for the AZ side, we've got Amun with Mongols, Language of Trees with Indians, and Mohem with Maya against Kayo Pompilio with Koreans, Doko with Lakota, and Inca with Nubians. Who do you think has the edge here?
So it's the same matchup. They didn't rotate anyone out, so that's player skill about the same. You know, this map, we're seeing Doko's bringing out Lako here. I like that pick. He can go out and scout, see what's going on.
Yeah.
So maybe I give the edge to LAT here with Lakota. I like that pick.
Yeah, I think I would also give the edge. Lakota especially, it's actually a pretty good combo with Nubians because Lakota, you know, you have so many scouts, you're probably not going to miss any crucial rares.
Right.
And that's really good for Nubians, you know. Nubians, we've seen games, the games are literally changed by, like, if you see a bison that's right outside your territory versus not, right? Like, it's a huge, huge difference. So, yeah.
But I do like Mongols here as well because, you know, you get all that food bonus. So that's not a bad pick. This is kind of not the best map for Indians because your goals could be an issue. So you can't really get those elephants produced.
Yeah.
So that could kind of hinder the Indians a little bit.
But they do have extra wealth income from their caravans, which is helpful.
That is true, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. It just depends on wealth rares. If they get good wealth rares and get horses, then that could be huge for trees.
Yeah. I see in the chat, Mohem and Kadir have said Tien is tree. Okay, thank you. Hi, trees. How's it going? Not sure who Kadir is, but how's it going? Oh, Amun. Okay, how's it going? Hope everybody's enjoying the stream so far. Let's take a look at where the players have spawned. We see trees, the Indians player on the bottom side, light blue Indians player, and then the white Mongols player in the pocket, as well as Mohem, the green Maya player on the top left there. On the other side, we've got the purple Koreans player, LAT Pompilio, Koreans on the top left, and then in the pocket we've got Doko with Lakota, blue Lakota player, and the red Inca player, or red, sorry, not red Inca player, red Nubians player, LAT Inca.
Yep. Pretty standard build here.
Yeah, we're just starting up. Let's take a look at what rares we have for the Nubians player. Has gone market first. Cotton right next to the capital. That's a good rare.
That's nice. That's great for them. Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, looks like there's not too many rares that are in the territory. Usually with Nubians, you're really hoping for 2 rares in your territory, at least one of them to be a food rare. Whatever. Cotton's pretty good. Plus 30 wood for a single merchant is very, very good. I actually would like to see Inca just buy some food and pump out some more citizens and then put down some farms. Because the wood income is there right now, and you have all that wealth, might as well.
Yep. That would be ideal, for sure.
Yeah. We do see here Doko infinite queuing citizens. That's always good to do, as Lakota already has a bunch of scouts going on. And Kaio, just booming along. So it looks like the Indians player is right next to the Nubians player. Who do you think that favors, given that LAT has a Lakota player and Amun can civ forward as well?
Yeah, I mean, it could be. We'll see where Trees puts down if he civs, or maybe he'll go raid. Yeah, if Trees calm mills here, that could be good for them. And
yeah, it could. They do have sugar, which is that's if you're going for a calm mill build, sugar is pretty good because it reduces all your food costs and it's also a food rare. So that could be pretty good.
And they have Amber there too, hasn't scouted yet. That's a nice, decent rare to get that.
Yeah, exactly. With nice wealth rare there. We do see. Let's take a look at what the techs are. Looks like Amun is going to go for Commerce 1, and on this side, the Lakota player looks like they're going to go for. I actually can't tell. Could be Science, could be It's going to be Science. We'll have to see if that's worth it. Let's take a look at the Ruins bonuses, because it is about 4 minutes into the game. Doko clearly with the most Ruins, 200, but also Amun with 150. Also very good, as the Mongols player, that is really, really good. And, we do see here Mohem and Trees both have 3, and Kaio has 4, and Inca has 5. Pretty even scouting, I think. I mean, obviously Lakota has more scouts, but that's to be expected. Looks like Trees is going for Commerce first. And I think, I'm not entirely sure here, but I think Inca probably could have been slightly faster. Looks like he has a lot of floating wealth right now that can't quite be used. But I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it's hard to say exactly if he could have been faster or not.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he doesn't have, unfortunately, like you said, he doesn't have the best rares in his immediate area. So that's gonna. I mean, maybe they can battle up top and get those diamonds. That'll help a lot.
Yeah. Speaking of rares, let's talk through them. So I'll start with the LAT team, and we'll go around the right. We'll start from the right and go around to the left. So obviously they've got Cotton in Inca's territory. In the back there's Relics, which they have scouted. Relics is an awesome rare, especially with Nubians if it's in their territories. Plus 30 knowledge for a single, single merchant is excellent. There's Wool there, pretty solid rare there. They've got Salt, which is a good aggressive rare, especially if Lakota can get aggressive. Copper, which is whatever, not really useful. On the top side of Soul, there's Tobacco, as well as there's Diamonds right there, which I think they just scouted. Diamonds is a really excellent rare especially for the Nubians player, who is about to start using it. That wealth income is really helpful when you can buy and sell resources easily. And then over here, there's marble here, which is kind of contestable, but whatever. People don't really fight over marble. There's wine there on the right side. And then let's switch to AZ. They've got sugar right in trees territory, as well as amber, which, have they scouted yet? Let's see. They have not scouted, but it looks like this merchant is about to scout it. There's peacocks on the bottom side over there, as well as citrus in the bottom left. There's silver in the back for the Mongols player, and the Mongols player has chosen to civ over here. I don't really know if I like it. We'll talk about that in a moment. There's spice there on the right next to the mountain, bison, which I don't think they've scouted. Yeah, they haven't scouted. And then horses on the top left over here. If they can give trees access to that, that's really powerful, especially for the Indians player. And you said gems somewhere earlier, right? Where's gems?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, who do you think is the better rares overall?
It was amber. I saw amber. That's
Amber,
what it was.
okay.
Yeah, amber. Yeah. Overall, I like that now that they've secured the diamonds, that's a huge boost for the Nubian economy. So I think if Nubia can boom here, you get Lako going out doing their thing, raiding, and you can see you have Mill now from Lakota player, so he's probably going to start raiding the back. Yeah, I see a barracks right in the middle, so he's going to raid all over the place. If Nubian can boom here, I think I like their advantage with the
I think so too. I think
Yeah.
so too. And if you like, silver is awesome, right? It's, don't get me wrong, it's a really really good rare, but I think Nubians with diamonds are really strong. And you know, are also using tobacco. This looks like a really good start so far. A pretty good start for the Nubians player so far. Probably would like to have another food rare or two, but still pretty decent. I'm interested to see where the Lakota player civs. So let's talk about the civ positions here. So Amun has civved forward. I don't really like this. This is like just like a random like city. Like, what is this city supposed to do? You know?
Yeah. It's I guess just he's getting all these mountains. I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
And he's Mongol. Maybe he was trying. No, but if you sieved right more, you get more landmass.
Yeah, we do see here they've scouted the barracks from Doko, the Lakota player, who has a hoplite coming out as well as an archer, and then also a second hoplite. I like this aggression. We'll have to see what he can do with it though, because so far he hasn't been able to find anything. Let's see. They're going to be able to pick off this merchant from trees. That's going to be a good pick off for them.
Yep.
And I do like how Doko's spreading out these units, but Doko, like, what is this hoplite doing? Just attacking the city? That's completely useless. But Doko's doing a good job just spreading out these units. Oh, also made an archer over there. And now going for Civic 1. How do you feel about Tree's civ position?
I think it's a terrible spot to be in there.
I was gonna say.
You're pinned behind this mountain, and this river is just gonna be brutal.
Your opponent can just sit their army right in between there and kill your caravan. Like,
and
really
and they
bad
get
spot.
the rocks. They get the rocks. The opponents are gonna be able to use those rocks better than Tree's gonna be able to use them. So, that could be a very tough spot. We'll see if Inca capitalizes on that.
Yeah, and we do see here the Lakota player is going to civ kind of forward-ish, but not really. It's not too,
No, that's good. Protects the caravan route.
I like this choice. No need to expose yourself to any sort of economic damage, especially from like possible elephant raid.
Yeah, there's nothing really worth going to get, so just keep it relatively close. He was still able to use the Lakota power of being in a neutral area, so that's nice
definitely.
to get a little more space. And now they're going to be able to easily double this city of Ramsey. This is going to be wide open for the taking. I mean, that's almost a free city, because how do you defend that with that terrain?
Like, you can put a tower on the right side, but then they siege it down from the right. You can put a tower on the left side, but then they siege it down from the top.
Yeah, exactly.
And it looks like Trees is doing an okay job microing, but this is, the Lakota player hasn't taken any economic damage, and Trees has taken a whole bunch. Might be able to snipe off these units, which is, I mean, it's nice, but it's still not ideal.
Amun's gonna harass this front city of Lakota a little bit, but there's nothing there, so it's not
I mean, there's some buildings being put up. I mean, I guess you can take out. You could probably deny these buildings for a little bit and also just stop. Like, I guess that's annoying, but it's not ideal. Second barracks from Lakota. I mean, I guess you need that barracks eventually, anyways.
Yeah, because you're gonna push from there. I'm presuming they're gonna double. It looks like they're setting up for a double on trees.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like the obvious target. Trees has taken a good amount of
Yeah.
economic damage. A little bit far away from aging.
Well, it looks like Amun has found the wood camp up here up top, so this is a great raid here from Amun onto Doko's wood camp. So look,
oh yeah, I
just
see.
east.
Yeah, that is a brutal
Yeah.
raid.
Yeah.
These citizens
Yeah,
are
he's
all
pick-
really damaged. Amun's not microing them. They're all gonna die, I think. Really nice
Yeah,
raid
he's-
from Amun.
Yeah, he's already lost 3.
Yeah, Amun's
That's a lot
going
of
for
citizens.
mill 2 immediately before Senator. I think this is an excellent choice in an aggressive game like this one. The 2 free nomads as well as light horse is really good.
Yep.
From the stable, which I'm assuming is in the future.
Yeah, so now this little raid from Amun's going to shift the focus a little bit for Doko. He's not going to be able to probably double trees if that was the intended plan. He's going to have to focus now on fighting off this raid and heading back down. I don't know. This is going to be an interesting situation.
We do see Kyle got some units caught by the mine player and killed off. And Trees now has aged before the Lakota player. Lakota player really, that raid was really brutal. I mean, look at that economy now. The Lakota player was doing so well and now suddenly has dropped off a ton. Also going to lose these units because not microing. Wow, this game has changed a lot in the last like minute basically. Getting your Lakota player behind early on is really bad. Really nice play from Amun there, just making sure to hurt the Lakota player where it hurts. We do see here another stable from Amun. I wonder if we're going to see just a straight despot to try and kill Kaio there. I don't think a straight despot's the best play because you don't really want a despot against a Koreans player, but it could be possible. We still see Doko still being annoying with the raids, but that food income's really low. Needs to save up really, or start using some more food rares, or make some more citizens. Just needs to do something in order to can't be making more military units essentially. And Amun's still raiding the wood.
Yeah,
I think
it's been a brutal raid from Amun.
Yeah, I don't know what Doko's supposed to do. I mean, he looks like he's super dead. There's 2 hoplites there. There's no way he can fight this. There are some units here now, finally. We'll probably be able to clean this up, but Doko got really far behind with those raids. Lost a bunch of citizens. Let's take a look at the unit kills. 20 units lost for Doko.
Brutal.
That's brutal.
Yeah. And he's still losing them. Look, they're just standing here, just with their hands in their pockets. Oh no, he forced them off.
Yeah, managed to clean them up finally, but
finally forced his hoplites off. But the hoplites survived. I mean, he saved 2 hoplites, so that's good. Now it looks like he's just gonna go back and maybe raid this wool in the back. And that's another. If he does he know about that?
Yeah,
he does. He may just he might stumble into that wool and take that out. That's gonna be kind of a pain in the ass for Doko because it costs more for his villagers.
Yeah, definitely. We do see here Inca went for Hanging Gardens. I think Inca's recognized that, okay, Tree's a little bit far behind, but my Lakota player is also far behind, so it's not like we're going to be able to kill Trees outright like we were planning to, so I'll just go for a little bit of a longer game, get a Senator up, get a Hanging Gardens, start sending out some raiding units like this Horse Archer and Light Horse with my Senator, and work on my economy a little bit. And I think that's a good choice. Just at this point, they know Doko's just too far behind to literally kill Trees and punish him for the bad positioning early on. So we'll have to see. Here we see Doko still trying to raid. This bowman not being super helpful, unfortunately, for Doko.
Yeah. But that's a nice counter from Doko, just to come back and press Amun a little bit, just give him a little trouble, but it didn't do much. And now we are seeing that finally this raid is coming on relics at the top, so that's...
Yeah, the hoplites were killed by this bowman from Inca. Nice placement there.
Oh, yeah, good job.
And we do see here, I was wondering where Amun sent all these raiders, but there's a ton of units just everywhere in Doko's territory. It looks like he's not going to try it. He's going to make sure that Doko can't recover at all from that that early damage, because I think Amun has realized, wow, I dealt a lot of damage to the Lakota player. I'm gonna get a bunch of free more kills. Gonna kill these merchants. We see Doko hurriedly trying to get up a tower here to try and stave off these raids.
Inca snuck in and sniped off a sugar merchant down here at the bottom. He's got a nice little army.
Yeah, nice work there. Nice cavalry-based army.
Yep.
That's very mobile. That's pretty effective. And Inca, the economy is not the best, but does have a big tech advantage with the Hang Garden. It's going to get Civ 2 now, and should be able to work up that economy very soon. Still, Amun here is doing a lot of damage with these raids. Hasn't lost too many of these units, to be honest. I think lost a single horse archer so far, and is dealing a ton of damage.
Of Mongols here, this is what they're good for. They're known for. I mean, so are Lakota, obviously, but looks like Mongols have the upper hand. Just using Lakota-style tactics all over the place, in your face, taking out merchants, going for the wood, looking for the caravans, just constantly harassing. Yeah, it's going to take a while for Doko to catch up. And this is just so frustrating, especially when you're Lakota, because it's not like you can just spend that wood and drop farms. You know, you have to manage your resources differently when you're being a Lakota player.
Yeah, exactly. If you lose too many citizens, your food income is just really slowed down for a while. We do see a little rotation from Kaio here, but going to get ran down by these horses from Amun. The army composition's not really great. We saw on the other side, Inca did a nice little raid there with some horses, but here Kaio's trying to do the same thing with infantry, and those just get run down by cavalry easily. On this side, we see Mohem starting to press. Mohem needs to work on the economy a little bit because he's not going to break the Korean player who has 2 villagers repairing this tower. No way.
It looks like Inca's got the Civ 2 up. It's really going to pin down trees.
Yeah, and this is going to be another devastating raid. Inca just running in with these units. A bunch of them are decoys, but that's a horse archer, a cataphract, and 2 light horses. Still just being really annoying, denying mining time basically.
And if you look at trees, trees is hurting for wood. He's only got 5 in the back, at least 3 on this little mountain. That just got raided.
Yeah, so he's getting Civ 2 now, which should be helpful for him.
Yeah, he needs it. He needs to get that wood up. And the food, too. Look, his food income is terrible right now.
Yeah, only plus 60. Really, really sad. I think the Lakota player has recovered a little bit, has a pretty good economy. They have access to a whole bunch of woodcutter camps and mines, obviously, around the map. And we see Doko still trying to use this barracks here. Eventually does raise it because, barracks units raiding like this are not the most effective later on in the game. They're just too slow. They get run down easily.
Yeah, it looks like we got another offensive here coming from Mohem. He's going to probably take this tower down.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. I think there's 2 citizens repairing. Oh yeah, takes it down. I think Kaio really needs to pull some more units back that way, especially citizens. And also needs to work on the economy a little bit. I think it's just a little low. I'm not really sure why. They both have decent-sized armies. Kaio's is a little bit smaller, I guess, but a lot more cavalry.
Now, Amun in the middle here, he's starting to stack up. He's got 2 sieges out.
2 sieges, yep. A decent-sized army so far. And Amun's economy has been a little on the slow side, because raided the Lakota player so much early on.
Yeah, he still doesn't have science yet. So
yeah.
That's going to keep him pretty slow.
Actually, I'm thinking more about it. I think the raid was necessary because you want to make sure trees doesn't literally just die straight up.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I think at the end, Doko came out ahead of Amun if you're looking at a 1v1 situation. I think, if you compare the economies now, I think
that's true.
Doko actually came out on top of all those raids and stuff. I think the early investment into units has set Amun back quite a ways. But I think it was a good move because you just want to make sure you're
and we see a sneak attack coming here from Amun, but looks like he's going to get caught trying to come into the Doko here.
Yeah.
He's going to lose all of his army to attrition, bad micro.
Yeah, there's a much larger army for Amun. Doko's going to lose all these units for no reason. Probably could have saved most of them had he force marched back towards Jecheon.
Yeah.
But now had lost most of the army, or the entire army actually. It's only the senator is still alive, and now Amun could just walk away, or easily go to Jecheon to try and be offensive there.
Yeah, I think that would be a good help here because Doesn't look like Pampilio's got a very large army.
No,
They went over
it's a
there.
smaller, it's a pretty small army. It's
Yeah.
upgraded well, and the composition's really excellent. Maybe another heavy would be good. But I think Kaio actually
has
needs
a-
to get that knowledge income up. Only plus 30. There's relics in the back that they're not really using right now.
And Kyle, he hasn't replaced that tower. There's no lookout, so a double here, they could probably take the city pretty quick, even though it is Korean.
Yeah, I mean, Korean, their powers aren't very good if you don't have a couple towers in the back that prevents your
Yeah,
opponent from just
exactly.
running in and killing your citizens that are preparing.
Yep. Yep. And now Inca ages, so you have Mohem and Inca both in medieval age.
Yep.
So we'll see. It's going to be who can keep controlling here. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I will
Doko still hasn't. Oh, he's got Civ 2 now. He's going to drop it in the middle there.
Yeah. I will say though, I think Inca's economy is really lacking. I understand he's been raiding a lot, but this economy is really lackluster. Only 6 woodcutters. Has a huge forest in the back here that he could be using, but just isn't. And going Com 2 is not helpful when you don't have that many resources. As you can see here, the income rates are only a senator's income. And not even a good senator's at that. We do see here Tree's trying to be annoying with a raid, but gonna get killed by this tower pretty easily.
Yeah, tower plus attrition.
Yeah.
That's going to kill your horse archers quick. Nice army coming again from Amun. He's reinforcing it. But this city of Sihasapa, pretty well defended. Pretty easy to defend also.
Yeah, the positioning is good. I will say
Yeah.
Doko doesn't have that much army and probably can't age for a little while. Let's take a look at Amun. Amun is kind of close to aging, has 0 scholars right now, but is using silver, so can get enough knowledge momentarily. Despite 0 scholars.
Yeah, I mean, 40 knowledge is enough just to get you to H3, but after that, you're going to have to start getting some scholars out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
See here, some decent micro from Trees, gonna send a light horse to kill this trebuchet, and some also decent micro from Inca, gonna try and snipe this trebuchet, which is getting rid of this tower here. I don't think this tower is gonna be able to go up anyways. All these citizens are really weak and they're gonna die. But this is a pretty hectic confrontation here, I think.
Yeah, Mohem's doing a good job just pestering these Koreans, but this will be a stalemate for a while because now the fort's going up. Pampilio's going to have to age at some point. When that happens, he's going to be able to defend here pretty much forever.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's really going to come down to Doko and Inca to make something happen. Because that's going to be pretty much a stalemate up top. It's just going to be a boom battle. Who can out-boom who?
Yeah. And again, I'm going to reiterate my point. I think Inca's economy is just really lacking. Like, as the Nubians player, you're supposed to have a really excellent economy at this point in the game. It's really tough. We do see here Amun with a large army going to upgrade to medieval age now, and that means should be able to take this city, assuming Doko doesn't age soon as possible, which I think he will. Trees is going to go for pyramids. I think Trees is doing decently well, but I wish Trees would get a couple more scholars, maybe even go for a Colossus instead of pyramids.
Yeah, and you see Doko's gold income. It's only plus 40 right now. That's just
yeah,
brutal.
and Doko's gonna lose this battle easily. Amun has way more units and gonna have an age advantage soon, although it didn't have an age advantage for that fight.
Yeah, he's gonna lose all these villagers. That's gonna hurt his food income.
Yeah, gonna lose the city, all these buildings. That's really gonna hurt.
Yeah. Oh man, this is bad news for Doko here. He really needs to regroup.
Oh, Moham was making Colossus. That's why. Okay.
Yeah, I see it. Mohem's making it. Yeah.
I think LAT is really on the back foot now.
Yeah, they're in big trouble. They need to do something like they did last game. Come up with some crazy move.
Yeah.
But it's going to be difficult to do because these builds are. Although we both agree the first city from Trees wasn't the best, it seems to be benefiting now. He's able to push the borders. He's got some army there.
Yeah.
So good job, Trees, taking a bad spot and making it an offensive spot.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
And I think for me at least, I think I will say, I think the fault of this game was definitely with Inca. Like this is not an acceptable economy for you got raided like once or twice. This is not an acceptable economy for this stage in the game. You're way ahead. You have so many you have so much knowledge that you can be using, but
Yeah.
knowledge is only so good if you don't have resources, you know? Like,
Yeah, his food and wood aren't even at 150, and he's got
no,
plus 200.
it's just really, like, completely unacceptable at this point in the game. And
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
Yeah, he is the top scorer by a good amount, but it's just really not good. And we see actually here, Kaio's using 0 rares. Should at least be using, like, merchants are so cheap if you're not using any rares. Even the first couple are only 30 and 10, you know, it's just super duper cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And you're just seeing the stalemate here. Moham's not going to be able to push there anytime soon.
Yeah.
Now, if Mohem can get to gunpowder first, then maybe he'll be able to break that line finally.
But I think Amun's way ahead. If we're looking at this game as 3 1v1s, which kind of has been true, Amun's completely crushing Doko. Like, is more than double the score. Doko is only now just aged. That food income's really low after losing all those units.
Yeah, and Amun's going to be able to come help Trees now double Inca, and they could probably just kill him if he doubles.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, Inca's economy is just not there. He doesn't have really any army. He's got 3 heavy infantry and a trebuchet that's not going to help
There's
defend.
some cavalry here, but it's not like sure it's larger than Trees' army, but I mean Amun has a massive medieval age army that's ready for battle.
Yeah, and Trees is slowly getting an army together. A couple
we do see here
good.
a rotation from Kaio, but he's going to get caught out by Amun's army. Amun's army is much larger. Kaio needs to run away as fast as possible, but most of these units are infantry, so they're going to get run down by all these cavalry.
Yep, and that's going to leave. But Moham's still unable to break this line here, this Korean defense.
Yeah.
But Pompilio really needs to get Comp 2 here. He's got all this metal, for almost 1,100 metal, and sell that so he can use it for, you know, building more units.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm not sure why he's not doing that, because he's just focused on defending right now.
And they unfortunately lost diamonds.
Yeah, they lost access to diamonds, and Kaio's lost a lot of army there. Did get a bit of a rotation, but still not good. We do see here Inca going to try and rotate, but these elephants from Trees are really good. 2 elephants is plenty enough to hold off a lot of units like this.
Well, they have 3 now, and the ranged elephants now, so the Mahots can do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
As you can see, they're just picking off all these units, so they're going to rehold there.
Yeah, now Inca's going to get doubled. This is a bad fight for Inca. You should just run away. Despite taking the city back for Doko, I mean, that's good. It's going to reset the timer, but he needs to run away before losing any more units. And now Trees has also a sizable army. These elephants are really, really strong, and Amun is pop-capped, so no worries there. And I think Doko just really needs to sell some of this metal, floating 1,200 metal. That's a really high sell price also. To sell some of it, build some more universities. You can get ahead in tech at this point. And we see here Inca's going to go for Forbidden City, recognizes that this game is going to go a bit long. And look at how much knowledge Inca's flooding.
Yeah, it's a ton.
I think this game would be very different if Inca was just booming correctly, but this economy is still terrible.
Yeah, and Doko, you're right. He needs to sell that because his gold income's still only 44. You're at getting 26.5 minutes into the game, and you still don't have any gold income. It's big trouble because you can't get the scholar. He's only got 1 university full, so he's not going to be able to age anytime soon. And you know, slowly with the Colossus, Mohem should just start to eventually overwhelm that side. You see full control in the middle by Amun and Trees. Amun's just got a nice, huge army now, and this is going to be big trouble.
Getting Mill 3 now. Let's see if he's a castle.
Yeah, he's going to get
a
tactics.
castle at the capital. Yeah, going to get tactics soon. I mean, at this point, the world is Amun's oyster. He can just go wherever he wants to, and then really just conquer any area, any spot in the map. Why don't we take this brief? It seems to be the game is like slowing down a little bit. It's a bit passive. I'll take a moment to look at the chat. Hey Soren, Sheer, Angelo, Alan, how's it going? Hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. This is.
Now we see Amun's coming to Makasika and looks like
Yeah.
he's gonna take it pretty much uncontested.
Yeah, gonna park on top of the production here. Excellent move and just siege Makasika. There's 2 towers here, but there's no army here from Doko. Gonna lose all these units easily. This army from Amun is huge. Does have armor as well.
Yep. Yeah, and I think it looks like this capital's going down. It's still got a Senate there. It's not raised.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see GG soon.
Yeah, I think so. It's gonna be hard to. Because, like I
Inca,
said,
Inca does have a lot of knowledge, and if he had the food, could age up. But again, I think just has the techs, but doesn't have the economy to support an army like this.
Yeah, I mean, just look at this army from Amber. It's insane.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to counter that right now. You know, he's bringing in more horses, more crossbows.
Yeah, 94 population.
Yeah.
On this side, the Koreans player with Colossus, or sorry, the Maya player with Colossus, just booming along. You know, just having fun. Has 19 scholars against the 11 of Kaio. who's way behind
Now
the
it does
tech.
look like Inca's gonna age, and he's setting up for some type of sneak attack here. I'm not sure exactly where he's gonna go. Maybe to Trees' cap, age, and then go to Trees' cap.
Yeah,
Don't-
I mean, I guess that could be good. There is no Forbidden City, but Trees is not. It's not too far to rotate. Trees, you know, has a castle there, has a lookout. It's all right defenses. Also has a temple. Maybe Inca's just gonna go for the back line, like just take out some economic cities or something.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Just go. Yeah,
There
just
are
go
some
down the
spies
back.
for Inca.
And I mean,
Trees just gave him a perfect target by dropping that Coliseum there, so now he knows right where to go. Just gonna take that small city,
Yep.
and then he could just come up through the back, like you said, and just start picking off, snowballing these cities.
Yeah.
Actually, that's probably a good move, because if he's age 4, he could just start killing Trees' economy. Not that Trees' economy is that great, especially his metal's too pretty low, but he could just really put Trees on a spot. And if he's attacking Delhi from the rear, it's much easier to attack from there. You don't have to deal with that fort or that lookout. You can just attack from the rear. So
Yeah.
we'll see if. But Inca's army it's not very large.
Yeah, I mean, and Inca also needs to move really quickly, right? It doesn't matter if he's taking out a bunch of economic cities. If Amun's just gonna kill Doko straight up here. There is a fort that's gonna go up, and I think Amun probably should have realized that you could just walk in, but it's fine at this point.
Yeah, it
You
looks
know,
like he's starting to realize it now.
yeah, gonna send in with some of the army.
Yeah.
These trebuchets still being quite effective. The fort looks like it's gonna go up. I'm not sure if that's gonna be enough to save the city from getting taken though.
Yeah, I think he'll still get the sack at least.
There is a temple here and religion research, which is good. You're gonna slow down the time, and the castle does go up. But this army from Amun is just way too large. There's no way the city's. I think the city's gonna get taken pretty easily. The sieges stopped firing though for some reason. I'm not really sure why.
Well, you see Trees now. He's going to rotate up. He's way out of position. He's going to lose that back city. Trees
Yeah.
looks like he's going to come try and they're going to just try to go all in here on Doko.
Yeah.
But Inca could snowball here. We'll see. Even though he doesn't have the biggest army, it's all upgraded now. 3 bombards is plenty enough to take out these cities.
Yeah, and I would like to say Inca got Monarch now because I think that makes your sieges move a lot faster.
Yep.
Which is, one of the minor benefits of Monarch, but it is quite good.
No, it's a huge benefit because you could save on your force march. You don't have to spam force march as much.
Yeah.
So now let's see. Does he go to Karakoram or does he go up to Kochi here?
I think he should go to Karakoram.
Yeah, it seems like that's what he's gonna do.
On this side, let's see. We do see Moham with Colossus. Has a pretty good economy. Can click up on the H button, which he does. And the Koreans player still a bit ways away. Gonna die very soon.
And there goes, gets the sack. Doko's going down. Trees is coming there.
Yeah, but this is a massive army from Amun. Gonna be able to take Makasika. The sack goes down.
Yeah.
It's gonna be up to Inca. I mean, they're still in this game technically. I don't think they're completely out of it, but they are way behind. And Inca really needs to get at least at least 2 cities out of this sort of attack.
Yeah, there's an outside chance here, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be
Yeah.
really tough. Because Inca has no way to reinforce that army. The army is just on its own.
Yeah, and I wish Inca would have made another army at home. Wish he had the economy to support another army at home, because that would have been a way to win, right? If you take Amun's capital of Balasagun, and then you take Trees' capital by splitting them up, having 2 separate armies, because your opponents are going to take a while to rotate all the way down. They have to stay there, or else Doko's just going to take the capital back.
Well, it looks like Pompilia's going to rotate to Merv, take that small city. I guess it's an okay move. Maybe they're going to try and pull the old insta-kill trick again and try and get Balakshin real quick while they take Merv.
Yeah.
It's possible. They did it last game.
Yeah.
It is possible. But Balakshin is very well defended. A ton of potential militia there. Look at how many militia is available. What is that, 30?
Yeah, there's a
35
castle, 2 towers, a barracks, a lookout.
Yeah. So, it's going to be a pretty easy... I think you'll see Mohan's going to go in. I don't know if he'll be able... He's got a huge army.
Yeah, this is a massive Colossus army teching up
Yeah.
now. Has a bunch of arquebusiers now. I think Moham also goes to the school of never build smelters, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But gonna charge in with this massive army despite having medieval age units. There's only a couple units from Kaio here, and you know, Moham's gonna take some losses, but losses aren't too bad if you have this massive army from massive
it
Colossus
doesn't
army.
matter. His army is so big, it'll have very little effect. The interesting thing will be if they can get the sack here. No, I don't think they're going to be able to. For Balakshin, looks like they're going to back out.
Yeah, there's so many units there. I'm at 3320 right now. So many militia.
Okay.
This is, let's see, 27 militia?
Yeah, it's a ton. And oh, I forgot, Amu still has a Sihasapa, that Lakota city he took, so that wouldn't even be an insta-kill anyway.
No, and also Makasika, which
and then
looks like
Makasika,
both Trees and Amun are just parking their units there.
Yeah,
Trees
that's what I
gonna age
moved.
soon.
Yeah, just wait the 2 minutes. Amun's not going to die, even if they get his capital.
Yeah. Amun's economy is completely shattered.
Yeah, but he'll be able to bounce back. It's going to be 2 versus 3 here soon.
Yeah. And also, you know, Moham can pretty much 2v1 at this point. He's way ahead.
Yeah,
of the,
exactly. Exactly. So Moham's fine. He's going to kill his side here soon. Pompilia's probably not going to age in time. So it looks like he's going to get the city.
Yeah, takes the city, kills a bunch of citizens, takes a bunch of losses, but ultimately that, you know, is an
Yeah, it didn't
acceptable
matter.
loss because you hurt your opponent's economy a lot.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter at this point. Force, bombards, ton of heavy cavalry.
Kyle's gonna lose these units to militia. And Doko, I think Doko's resigned himself that he's dead.
Yeah, and Inca looks like he's going to make one last push at Mayapan. Mayapan's relatively undefended. It does have a temple.
It is a
and we
Mayan
know
city, and there's a tower
Yeah, it's a
and a
Mayan
lookout.
city. Yeah, so it is relatively well defended. But it looks like Mohan realized he was gonna. I was gonna say he's gonna put his Senate back there, but this isn't a move Senate. Let's see where Mohan puts his Senate. If he drops the Senate there, Mayapan.
Yeah, that looks like that Senate got raised here.
Yeah, he raised it. I don't know where he's putting it now.
And I think of a lack of a senator. Oh, here we see Inca going for Commerce 3. Really not good. What are you gonna do with all this extra income? You know, oh, +7 food, excellent.
Yeah, I don't
I guess he's way ahead in tech, and the economy's looking okay now. But
He might be able to sneak a sack here. Let's see.
yeah, it's gonna be +500 resources, I guess. But now Amun's here with a lot of army, anyways.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. And Moham came back. Now Trees is aging. About 50 seconds left here on the timer.
yep.
I think this is
Yeah, I think this is GG. Trees is pop capped.
Yeah.
This side, Kaio is still not close to aging. That economy is not really that great. And Inca loses the entire army. Capital
Yeah,
was
so
saved. Colossus was saved.
Yep. So that campaign is over. And in the last 30 seconds here of Doko. And I think as soon as he expires, that's going to be GG because...
They can't fight 2v1, especially against Colossus' opponent who is decently far ahead.
And Pompilio's still nowhere near aging. Still going to need a couple more minutes to age. Just doesn't have the knowledge.
Yeah. And you know, Inca, despite having a really good economy, like a solid economy at this point, look at that population, only 70.
Yeah, he just didn't focus on building anything else after that.
Yeah, it looks like it just didn't.
Campaign.
It ultimately was just. I think this game was. It would be very, very different if Inca really just focused on working the economy early, rather than. I don't really know what he did. Trees now has a pretty sizable army, going to get bombards. These gun mahouts are insanely powerful, and the city's completely unconnected.
Yeah. I think we can fast forward now.
Yeah, sure. So it looks like that is going to be game number 2 going to the AZ team.
Yep.
And that's going to tie up the series 1-1.
Yeah. Much needed win. They can end the series and game 3.
Moon ages. They're going to run over Kaio really quickly here.
Yeah.
Inca still has no army.
Yeah, there goes Kaio's cap.
Yep. Gonna get taken down very easily. This is a massive Colossus army from Moham here. Freeze takes the city.
Inca's gonna age, but he's not gonna be able to 1 vs 3 here.
No. And they call it GG.
Alright. So that's 2-2.
Yeah. And it looks like now they're talking about scheduling in the chat.
Yeah. That's fine.
Alright, whatever. Alright, GG. Let's take a quick look at the game stats. Most kills, Amun had the most army early on and just absolutely slaughtered Doko basically single-handedly.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good use of the Mongols there.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to update the score graphic really quickly. Alright. It is now 1-1, and let's jump into game number 3 of this exciting game, of these exciting games and matches, and I opened up the game browser again because muscle memory. Very good. Alright, so AZ versus LAT, game number 3. Alright, I'm at 1 second and ready when you are.
I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so our final map today for this series is going to be on Sahara. Quite an exciting match. Let's take a look at the players and their nations. So on the AZ side, we've got Amun with British, Language of Trees with Chinese, and Moham with Inca. Against the LAT team with Inca with Chinese, Kaio Pompilio with Mongols, and Doku with Iroquois. Who do you think has the better nations for this map?
She's got the Chinese mirrored here.
Yep.
Man, this is tough. I like Mongols Iroquois because we saw what Mongols can do last game. You get all that food bonus. You can get out raid Iroquois. You know, we always love them. But British Inca can be interesting here. Inca can be great if you get some good mountains. And the Brits, they can be powerful too with that extra comm limit. You get some good rares. But that said, I'll give the slight edge to the LAT team. I like the Mongol Iroquois over the British Inca.
All right, 1 second. Oldie, would you talk? I gotta do something quickly, but you can just talk.
Yeah,
while
no
I
problem.
Move stuff.
So that's my pick, guys. If anyone's in the chat, what do you think? I mean, Brit is a good counter for Iroquois because of the archers, of course. But it just depends on what resources you get and what rares you get, rather. So we'll see how it pans out. But so far we've seen a pretty even matchup here overall. That first game, AZ had chance, but they blew it on Lakes. And LAT was able to rotate down and handle business. And last game, you saw AZ bounce back, full control, pretty much from the beginning of the game. Just great play from from the Mongols there. And I see you in the chat, Connor. Yeah, Mongols at Iroquois in this map very strong. Yeah, constantly raid the rares, harass the wood, harass the metal. That could be definitely a key there. But if the Brits are used properly, the Brits can defend well. Those British archers are excellent defending raids, and also just harassing that extra range from the British archer. Sorry guys, we're still waiting for trees here. It looks like you can't see it, but I'll give you the update. Doko's in the middle, Pompilio also in the middle. So the LAT players were able to get to the middle and take control. So that's the Iroquois and Mongol players. Inca's in the back a little bit. He's Chinese. So LAT Inca, not Inca player.
Thank you for covering, Oldie. You are a lifesaver. I just had to run really quickly.
No problem.
Yeah, if we go back to the nations really quickly, because I had some thoughts. I think it's going to be... LAT has a clear advantage if they use their nations correctly, right? If Mongols and Iroquois can just get some early raids going, really cripple their opponent's economies, because all of these nations on the other side, Chinese, British, Inca, they're really slow nations to age. Really, they're like incredibly slow. So if Iroquois and Mongols can take the advantage, they will be very ahead. But if they play passive and they're just sitting back and letting the British player boom up and letting the Inca player age to classical age, then they're going to be behind pretty easily. And we saw Chinese mirror. And yeah, I think the placement of these players, it really favors. The LAT team here. They have control of the center, all of the wood here. This wood forest here is going to be really good at protecting against doubles for the most part. This is a bit of a crowded area, and trees will have to go all the way around if they want to attack.
Yeah, and I like this having the Mongols, Iroquois in the middle here actually, because you can just go raid everything from everywhere. So
yeah,
that's pretty
exactly.
good to have both of them in the middle.
Yeah, and if you're a big fan of Napoleon or military history or whatever, you'll know that there's something called, I think, what is it called? Like the strategy of the central position, basically. And it's basically, essentially, if you have the central position, you have the better position because your opponents have to coordinate to double you versus you being able to sandwich your opponents for the most part. Or if Kaio can go over to the left side and then Moham has to rotate all the way around, whereas their opponents can only go in one spot, so you can concentrate all your defenses on Onondaga and Karakoram there.
Yep, that's right.
Alright, so let's take a look at the rare resources here quickly. Or, not rare resources, sorry, ruins bonuses, and then we'll look at the rare resources. Fairly even overall, except Trees has one ruin, and I think that's because he's not scouting once again. Is that true?
Sure.
No, he's scouting. 2 citizens. I guess he's just gotten a bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
And it looks like LAT have done a better job for the most part. Have scouted most of their opponents' cities and most of their side of the map, anyways, scouting wise.
Yeah, it does look like that. Sahara's got a ton of rares. It's a matter of can they protect the rares. Again, and that's a tough thing to do when you're spread out, is protect all the rares. So I'd love to see Iroquois and Mongols just get out early and raid constantly.
Yeah, we do see a mill 1 from Kaio, and also this is an insanely slow library from Doko. I guess Doko walked a really long while to get to the center because Iroquois putting down a library at 5 minutes is ridiculously slow.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the rares quickly. So on Sahara, as usual, Sahara is one of the more aggressive maps, so usually what I try to do is I just talk about the rares that are easily defendable and then the rares that are contestable. So for LAT, they've got Pappy right next to Beijing. That's a solid rare, gonna get a really cheap science 1, as well as Silk on the bottom side and Cotton, as well as Tobacco. And then they've got Furs on the left side and then another Cotton over here. Those are all a bit contestable, can be rated easily. On the left side, all of these rares are pretty contestable. There's Sugar, Horses, Relics, Marble, amber. All those rares are good except for maybe marble. There's spice there, as well as silver right between the LAT and AZ teams. Let's see if either players scouted them, or either teams have scouted them. LAT have scouted them, AZ have also scouted them. There's wine in Amun's territory, and then the very top, there's copper there. On the right side, there's peacocks above Cusco. And citrus right on the right of Cusco, as well as salt in the corner over there. And on the very right corner, there's bison, there's wool, dye, and gems. All of these are pretty contestable positions, though. So
Yeah, so I think it's going to come down to who can protect what rares. They're obviously going to battle for silver here.
yeah, and I think this is going to be really bad for Moham. He's going to get the city denied easily by the Mill 1 Mongol player who's built a hoplite first. Thank you for building a hoplite first. And Moham ditches immediately because I don't know.
He's not going to waste his time. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to bother.
Yeah.
But Amun was able to get his city up, so now he's going to have a nice control of these trees here in the middle for temporarily anyways. So that's good for his economy to get things going for, because as we know, the British player needs to fill up that 137 if he's using diamonds.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of...
Oh yeah, diamond. Sorry, I missed that. That's a crucial rare.
Yeah.
Tree's gonna get up the city in the front because Doko. Well, actually, I don't know if Doko's. Maybe I don't know if Trees can get the city up in the front. But if Doko can deny it, this is gonna be a crucial denying silver and a large city in the front. Really, really important. Doko not paying attention, gonna move these citizens out of the way, and that means Trees is gonna get the city up easily.
Yep.
Just not thinking ahead. I don't know what he's doing with his units. I mean, sure, they might kill some merchants here, but that's way less important than denying the city early on. And Trees gets the city.
Large city.
Yeah, Trees gets the city and has access to silver now. Really not a good play from Doko.
Now they have silver and diamonds. That's great. 2 wealth rares early on. So this is a great start for AZ here. Even though there's some early aggression from LAT, I think AZ's benefiting from just city positions.
Yeah.
And it looks like Moham just decided to build kind of across rather than forward. I guess just to secure more wood.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. So that's fine. He's got another little mountain in the back he can go sift towards.
Yeah. Moham's doing a decent job microing these units out of harm's way.
Yeah.
Would like to see a forward city and then a forward tower for the Iroquois and Mongol players, but actually thinking more about it, that's actually not a good play because Amun with British has +2 range in the tower, so can just put down a tower right outside the range and kill their opposing tower. So actually not a good play. Never mind.
It's super annoying when that happens.
Yep.
But it looks like
Inca's gone for.
He's gonna drop a city right here, kind of try and split Richmond from Cusco. So that's a good spot.
Yeah.
Build. Isolate the Inca player.
Yeah, definitely. Is a bit open to doubles, of course, but also can easily has a lot of open space to play with cavalry here, especially as a Mongol player. It's
Yeah, for this terrain for Iroquois and Mongol is great. When you just have a lot of space, you can run around. It's a really good situation for these guys.
Yeah. I would have actually liked to see Kaio go on the right side here. 1, to protect gems, and 2, just to put pressure on the Inca cities here, because Inca, you really want to hurt them early on because they're insanely good late game with all that wealth that they have. So
yeah, that's true. That could have been a good spot. And it looks like Doko's gonna drop a city right in the middle and contest the wood of Amun. I think that's a fine choice. Try and limit some of that wood income from the British player.
Yep, definitely. I would really like to see. Yeah, if we're talking about the future here, I would really like to see the British player go for a despot because, diamonds and British, it's already pretty much sender income. There's no reason to go for senator anymore unless you're definitely not attacking your opponent.
Yeah, unless you're on your back foot. But he's not really. I mean, he's definitely in a position where he could be offensive. So he's got an offensive tower going up.
Yep, this is a nice tower placement. The city placement from Doko is good, gonna be able to take out this farm. And it looks like this tower might be. Oh, this woodcutter camp might be in range, might not. I can't really tell of this British tower here. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, it looks like the British tower is going to take out the tower anyways. So.
Oh yeah, it is in range, and that's a bit.
And it's going to take out the wood camp. Oh no, it's not. Never mind. I thought it was going to take out the wood camp too. The British tower, just outside range.
But it's going to be annoying. It's going to deny the wood mining at least.
Yeah, exactly. If he gets Despot and puts him in there, I think Despot gives another +1 range, so that might be a way to
in general in the tower,
yeah. So we'll see. I think Despot's the right play there for sure.
Yeah.
His economy looks pretty good. He's got enough food to age. He's got silver. He's got sugar.
Yeah, and I think honestly, I feel like they didn't do enough with their early raid from the LAT team. Both Kaio and Doko didn't do enough early on, and now they're just like, oh well, I guess we didn't do that much early on. Guess we'll just sit around for a little bit and let our opponents boom up. No, you got to raid them continuously. You have more units. That's your advantage. Go around the back,
Especially
raid their sugar, raid their bison, the rares that their opponents are using, and they're really good.
When you have Brits and Inca as well, you don't want to let them sit there and boom. It's like the worst two nations to let boom. You know, they're just gonna roll over you, and you know what rares they have. You scouted pretty well, so you know they have silver. You know they have diamonds. I'm not sure if they found the sugar or not, but it doesn't matter. You know they have silver and diamonds. It's enough for you to know we got to stay aggressive here.
Yeah.
So let's sit back and get comfortable.
We see LAT Inca putting down Colossus. I think this is a bad play. I think you just want to be aggressive because you're not going to win in the long game against Inca.
Yeah, I guess it does deny it from the Inca or the British player, so that's kind of good in a way.
Yeah.
So
but, I mean, I think it's not. I think still you'd just rather have more units, more production, a little bit better economy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. And LAT Inca just getting milled, so he's more in a boom. He went Com 2 also with Chinese. So not necessarily a bad move, but I don't know.
Yeah,
they got to get aggressive early here. They really do. I mean, Trees is a little slow, so that's gonna help him.
Yeah.
But he's going Science 2. That's why.
Yep.
So.
Don't think you need to go for Science 2. I think this just age. There's no point in getting Science 2.
Yeah, I guess they just all are thinking more boom, because they have boom rares, so I think it's fine.
Yeah.
But you know, but yeah, it probably could just age. It would be just fine also.
Yeah.
Because you have Pappy.
Mongol player is gonna go for Mill 2 early. I think this is a good choice. Getting a stable up for raids probably.
Yeah.
Would like to see a Despot out of the Iroquois player. I think.
Yep, that would be nice. And you see, Moham's. He's only using a few of the rares, which I think is a smart move, just so you don't have to worry about defending them too much. Just pick, 4 or 5 rares that can be easily defended. Don't get too greedy, and then just get that gold production out of your mines.
Yeah, definitely. Already has 6 miners. Doesn't look like he has access to a second mountain, which is a bit unfortunate for the Inca player there, but still, 105 wealth income's insane. We do see here these raiders from Kyle probably going to do good damage here. Let's see how.
There's no tower there.
Let's see how Moham reacts.
Yeah, typically with Inca, you want to get a tower up as soon as possible because you know raids are going to come for your mines.
Yeah.
It's pretty much no-brainer. Get a tower up, at least at your wood camp, if nothing else. But he does have a senator and a light horse coming back, so it should be able to defend.
Yeah, but I mean, this raid was still annoying. I don't think actually Kyle killed anything, but just being really annoying with these horse archers.
Yeah, Kyle's economy is not too good right now. He's only using Pappy. He's only got 30 metal income, 24 gold income, 10 knowledge.
There is a siege factory.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do it all. I was just gonna say.
No Senate yet. Does he have a tower? Doesn't look like it.
I don't think so.
Putting down a university, don't really like it. I think you just want
there's no reason.
Push and try to take Richmond as quick as possible. But the British player is going to go for Despot. Economy's doing pretty well. Actually went for Civ 2. I don't like the Civ 2 choice, but I think it's going to work. I think it's for mines because I think they're short on mines in their team.
And I see that the tower is going to start hitting the city now after he upgraded the militia.
And these 3 heavy archers, are going to kill these this catapult easily.
Oh yeah, yeah. British archers are just amazing. That range.
They're like mini sieges.
Yeah.
They can just do a ton of damage towards like even this little farm kind of in the front. He could just micro and kill that farm if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing Doko coming in to raid London, so this is a pretty good raid here if they can kill all the diamonds.
Yeah.
But I think Amlin's gonna get back in time with all these archers. He's gonna have
Yeah,
5
or at
archers
least
now.
catch a lot of these units.
Yeah.
Doko's not doing a great job target firing. The militia are pulled a little bit to protect these amber merchants. One goes down, or diamond merchant, I mean. One goes down, but it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Doko's gonna lose a bunch of units. And Inca's
that
just
right
booming
there.
along here, but I don't know, your allies are behind in tech. You need to make something happen.
Yeah, and surprisingly, he's using Pappy, but he's not Science 2 yet. But he did go Comp 2, Mill 2, so maybe he's going to try and get aggressive now?
I
Mill
don't
2
know.
is out.
This is a really cheap science research, which...
Yeah, that's what I mean. So,
Gonna give away 100 free wealth to the British despot player, not ideal. Going for Mill 2 now.
we got Mill 2 coming from trees also, so maybe we'll see aggression from him.
Yeah. And it looks like Trees also went for Civ 2. I think they just let, you know, I think AZ have, they've gone for a bit of a greedy build on all sides, but their opponents have just not punished them at all.
Yeah, it looks like players are all Mill 2 now also, so we're going to see some action here, it looks like.
Yeah. Moham's starting to get an army.
Yeah. We'll see a smaller raiding party coming together. That's actually a decent sized raiding for Pompilio. Looks like he's going to come maybe try and get the wood camp at Tomobaba.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that is a good raid, just to stop your opponent from applying pressure to the front, but fortunately for Kaio, that wealth income sucks. 29 wealth income.
It's really bad, yeah.
Yeah, compare that to the British player with 79, the likely Chinese player with 75, and obviously Inca with
Inca player with
111.
100. Yeah, exactly.
This is going to be a good raid. Drag your opponents out of position, kill a couple units. 2 archers already. Can easily run away, stop your opponent from pressuring the front. But now needs to force march away, just run away. There's too many units from Moham.
And Kaio does have some gold rares you can use. You know, you've got tobacco at the bottom, silk. So I'm not sure why he's not trying to get any more gold production. Or at
Yeah,
least go to
now we
another
see
market.
Inca going for Despot.
Yeah, it's a little strange to move. I guess he's got a little army here. He's going for thing, I guess. He does have a little army coming together. And he's not super far away from aging. Got great wood income, needs to get his metal up. We'll see. Maybe he can put pressure on trees, get trees away from the middle there.
I mean, if you look in the center, I think it's going to be too little too late. There's a lot of army from Amun. Very few units from the Iroquois player and the Mongol player here. It looks like they're going to get run over. Going to lose these catapults, lose a bunch of units.
Yeah.
No bribe from Doko here. No bribe with the senator.
And Amun's aging now, so now you're gonna get all those free British arms upgrades.
Yeah, and the city's going to get large, I think, right? There's... actually, no. Never mind. These military buildings don't count.
Oh no, yeah, it's only farms and it's only 3 buildings, I think.
Kaio's going to rotate over.
You know, 9 British archers is hard to deal with. A couple are
Yeah.
injured, so they can go back heal them up for a minute.
Yeah, that is one disadvantage of going Despot. Your units don't heal automatically, and that means less time. If you're in constant battle, you know, that's less time healing. On this side, it looks like Moham is just going to completely destroy the city and the economy of Kaio here. Look at that economy, it's just really, really low.
Yeah, he's in big trouble.
Amun has aged all these upgraded British archers. There's nothing to defend
Yeah.
against those. This game is very over. On
Yeah,
this side
and it
here,
looks like
Trees is going to hold off a
Yeah.
very meager attacking force from Inca. Extremely
It's a good-
meager.
It's a good effort for Minka because Shanghai is pretty undefended. It's only got one tower.
Yeah.
It's got a temple coming now, so that's going to help it a little bit longer.
Yeah, I'm at
But,
1903 just to check. But yeah, I do see the temple going down now.
Yeah. And Tree's going to age. So that'll be good for him.
Amun walks in with a bunch of a couple of militia and all those archers, and gonna easily clean up all these units here, even if there's 3 cataphracts.
Yeah.
There's some
So that's
pikemen.
going down. It looks like Kyle was able to hold Moham's first push, but
Yeah.
Moham's going to be able to easily regroup and take that city. In
Yeah.
The next push. There's just not enough army there from Pompilio.
Inca is aging, but on the other side, all of the other players have aged or are already aged.
Yeah, and that's going to be tough. All those H3 versus H2. Yeah, I think this game is going to be over quite soon unless Inca can do something.
Miraculously
Yeah.
win here.
Yeah, Inca's about their only hope here, and it's just not looking good. Just too
Yeah,
many
there's
militia here
too
from
many
Trees.
decoys from Inca and not enough actual units. A ton of militia from Trees.
Yeah, 17 militia. That's going to clean this whole thing up. He's going to bribe this temple or this tower now. So now he's going to have that tower as an offensive tower.
Yeah, and this game looks very over.
Yeah, that's going to snipe that wagon to walk right into that tower. That sucks. Yeah.
I don't see how they're going to win this one, guys.
No. Good job for AC, I will say. I guess just playing standard, recognizing that they do have the advantage in terms of rares, and recognizing that they just need to defend a little bit and then push, because they have a huge advantage. And I felt like LAT, they might have been able to win this game if they had been a little bit more successful with those early raids, but going mill first is a big cost, and that slowed down their Mongol player a ton.
Yeah, I mean, the early raids are good if you can slow down your opponent, but they just weren't able to slow down the opponent. Instead of just trying to, and then Lad Inca tried to do kind of a boom / rush.
You can see he's got a bunch of great rares he's using. He's using
Yeah.
silk, he's using pappy, horses, tobacco, furs, cotton, gems, obsidian. These are all great rares for resources and to boom and be offensive at the same time. But Trees was able to stop any hope of that. So
Yeah,
it's just over.
yeah.
Because if you look at the Iroquois, he needs some food to age, and he's still quite a ways away.
Yeah, definitely. There's very little army, only a couple units. In fact, White Amun is going to rotate over to try and help Moham take the city of Kolja, and is going to easily crush this army. Could crush the army himself, but just
Yep.
adding insult
And
to
the ci-
injury.
And so that city will go large. So if they can hold it, they'll have another large city there. And I believe they will hold it. I think we can fast forward. I think it's pretty much
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
done. Yeah.
There's no. Lad Inca was the only chance, and he just. Trees just did a good job defending.
Yeah. So it feels like ultimately LAT lost this for a couple of reasons, right? First of all, we saw a lack of a not clear game plan for LAT here. They raided early and they were like, okay, we're gonna raid and we're gonna deal them some critical damage, but they didn't deal that critical damage. And then they're like, now what? Let's just not do anything for a while, rather than continuing to keep up the aggression or anything of that sort.
Yeah.
Because that was their way to win. And then you saw, Inca going for Colossus and then Despot. Like, it's also not entirely knowing what you want to do yet.
Yeah.
It's like
I mean, and
just having mixed
that
game
can work.
plans and that
I mean,
not working out,
the
not
Col-
committing.
the Colossus with Despot can work because he was COM 2 at the very least, but he didn't have enough army up front.
No,
it
was just a really slow push, and there's
Yeah,
really no
it
reason
was
to go
just-
for.
Yeah.
I think Colossus was the mistake there. There's just absolutely no reason to go for Colossus. And now this is a disgusting raid from Amun. Absolutely no reason to go for Colossus. You can just you can just, if you're going for that push, you just get a despot and then kill your opponent nice and quick. You know, there's no reason to delay for 10 minutes and then try to push with despot.
Yeah, that's true. And you see Inca on the other side, he's just kind of harassing these cities, but there's just no way to break this line now. And Inca is going to age, but so is Amun. So,
yeah.
You know, good luck with that British gunpowder.
Yeah.
You know, that's not going to be stopped. It's going to be unstoppable, literally unstoppable. But credit to LAT for holding on. I thought they were going to die much faster.
Yeah.
But now you see all of AZ's age to gunpowder.
Yep.
And that's just completely super over now.
Yeah, the British players it's floating a tons and tons of resources because, you know, pop capped.
Yep. Yeah, and Doko and Kaio can't age, so.
Yeah.
You see the Monarch's coming now. Yeah, the GGs.
Yep.
Yeah, you know it's bad when your British player has more gold, and your Chinese player has more gold income than your Inca player. You know you're really in big trouble.
Yeah.
So,
the GGs are called, and that is going to be a 2-1 victory for AZ here against LAT Team 1. That means AZ advanced to 1-1, whereas LAT Team 1 fall to 0-2. Doesn't mean they're out yet, because, you know, they
still have a chance.
They still have a chance, but they're gonna really have to work for it and hope that the tiebreakers work out well for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what their division looks like. We'll have to check that out later, off air. So yeah, just garbage time here.
Kyle resigns.
Waiting on Inca now. There we go. So I got to the end.
Alright, I'm still a little ways behind, but it's fine.
Looks like Amun's gonna have the most kills here, just to be expected.
Yeah, did a lot of damage early on.
And he built the most units.
Yeah.
Great job, AZ. AZ was able to bounce back from that first game, kind of blunderous game.
Yeah, definitely.
And sweep the series.
Yeah. Impressive showing, definitely. We saw blunders from all sides, but for the most part, it was AZ that came out on top and managed to take the series in 2-1 fashion. Well played.
GG, guys.
GG. Alright, so that about wraps up today's stream. Thank you so much for watching. This is AS Eat the Pair signing off with olddirtyh. That is going to be a 2-1 victory for 4bidden4 here, not 12-1, 2-1. There we go. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you later.